The stolen Terran war skimmer slammed over the crashing waves, engines screaming as Sheloran pushed it past its limits. Alarms blared in the cockpit, flashing red warnings she couldn't read. But she didn't care. She was alive. She was flying. And half the Zalaxian fleet was right behind her. "Sheloran, you will not escape," a cold voice crackled through the comms. "Surrender the Terran vessel." She grinned, sharp teeth glinting. "Come and take it." Lasers sliced through the ocean spray, missing her by inches. Enemy drones swarmed like metal hornets, closing in fast. Sheloran jerked the controls, dodging hard, the skimmer skimming low over the deadly waves. Behind her, the sky burned. She'd stolen the fastest ship the Terran Republic had ever built right from under their noses, and now everyone wanted her dead. The ship's AI beeped in a flat, emotionless voice. "Survival probability, less than 3%. Sounds like a challenge," Sheloran laughed, flipping the skimmer into a sharp roll as torpedoes exploded behind her. Ahead, the sea split open into the Forbidden's Trench, the Zalax Abyss. No ship had ever come out alive. The AI spoke again. "Entering the Zalax Abyss is not recommended." "Yeah?" Sheloran's eyes sparkled with wild joy. "That's why I'm going in." She punched the throttle, diving into the shadows as the enemy fleet screamed after her. She was already a dead woman. Might as well make it interesting. The Terrans didn't build ships, they built monsters. Admiral Voss stood on the deck of the Vindicator, watching live footage of the stolen skimmer tearing across alien seas. His jaw tightened. The girl Sheloran had no idea what she was flying. "She's activated the Vortex-class prototype," the tech officer said, eyes wide. "That's one of our ocean dominators. She wasn't supposed to survive the launch." She wasn't supposed to steal it either, Voss growled. The Vortex skimmer wasn't just fast, it could rewrite the rules of naval warfare. Built to break planetary sea blockades, it could outrun torpedoes, dive deeper than any sub, and outrun anything. On or under the water. It was the Terran Republic's secret weapon, and now it was in the hands of an alien. "Troublemaker. She's heading for the Zalax Abyss," the officer warned. Voss narrowed his eyes. "Good, let her. That trench is death. The ship say, I will calculate the odds and scare her off." But the IS voice crackled through the feed. "Pilot persists. Entering trench." "She's not turning back," the officer whispered. Voss cursed under his breath. He knew that kind of madness. Only humans were supposed to have it. "Deploy all pursuit craft," Voss ordered. "If she survives the abyss, I want that ship back." Because buried beneath those waves, waiting in the darkness, was something. Worse than alien fleets, the true power of the Terran Republic was still sleeping. And Sheloran was about to wake it up. Sheloran's stolen skimmer roared through the trench, cutting sharp lines across black water. But the ocean was not empty. The deep rumbled. Massive shapes moved beneath her as Zalaxian sea titans, ancient beasts bred for war. Their armored backs rose like mountains from the water, their glowing eyes locking onto her tiny ship. The comms crackled again. "Terran vessel, surrender. You cannot outrun the guardians of the abyss." Sheloran laughed. "Watch me." The sea titans roared, sending shockwaves that rocked her skimmer. She swerved, barely dodging a colossal tentacle that slammed down like a falling skyscraper. Metal drones zipped around her, herding her toward the waiting jaws of the largest titan. The IS voice was calm. "Threat level, extreme. Evasive. Action required." Sheloran grinned, blood pumping. "Then let's do something stupid." She hit the throttle, diving low, skimming just above the churning waves as the sea titan lunged. Its massive jaws snapped shut where her ship had been a second before. Lasers blasted from the skimmer's side guns, slicing through the smaller drones as Sheloran weaved between the monsters, but more were coming. Sheloran glanced at the tactical map. The trench ahead narrowed, Twisting into a razor-thin passage no ship would dare enter. Perfect. She slammed the controls forward. Come on, ugly. Let's see if you can follow me. Behind her, the Sea Titans chased, their roars shaking the dark. Sheloran's wild ride had just begun. Sheloran's skimmer shot through the twisting trench, water walls rising like cliffs on both sides. There was no turning back now. Enemy drones zipped after her, scanners locking on, missiles arming. Terran vessel. The enemy commander's voice snapped through the comms. You are trapped. Surrender or be destroyed. Not today, Sheloran hissed. She pulled the skimmer into a hard turn, scraping the walls of the trench. Sparks flew. The Sea Titans roared behind her, crashing through stone, their armored heads smashing through narrow gaps. Sheloran's ship shook from the pressure. Water leaked through cracked panels. Alarms screamed. The AI's voice stayed steady. Structural integrity at 60%, suggesting escape maneuver. Sheloran's eyes flashed. Escape? We're going deeper. She dove, the trench twisting tighter as torpedoes detonated in her wake. Enemy ships blocked the surface. Terran forces closed in from the rear. She was a spark caught between two storms, and she loved it. Lasers rained down from enemy fighters, splashing the water with fire. She jerked the controls, pulling the skimmer into impossible rolls, slipping through gaps no sane pilot would attempt. The AI chimed, "You will not survive this." Sheloran smirked. "I've heard that before." A blinking signal appeared on her console, a secret tunnel, uncharted by most. Only Terrans knew about it, and she just found it. She punched the throttle, diving toward the dark. Behind her, both fleets followed, chasing her straight into the heart of the forbidden abyss. Darkness swallowed the skimmer as Sheloran dove deeper into the abyss. The sunlight vanished. Only her ship's weak lights cut through the black water. The comms fell silent. The enemy ships wouldn't follow her this far. No one ever did. The AI spoke, its voice flat. Entering the Zalax abyss. No recorded maps. No known survivors. Sounds like home, Sheloran whispered. The pressure creaked against the ship's hull. Strange shapes flickered past her lights, things that didn't match any species. Chart. Tentacles, bones, metal. Sheloran's breath hitched. Metal? Down here? A warning light flashed. The skimmer's scanners had picked up something massive, a heat signature, buried under layers of rock and ocean. Unknown structure detected. The AI said, "Size colossal." Sheloran steered toward it, curiosity burning through her fear. The ship's lights lit up a wall of alien metal, covered in ancient symbols. It wasn't Salaxian. It wasn't Terran. It was something else. A door slid open. In the trench wall, as if the ocean itself had invited her in, the AI's voice tightened. "I advise retreat," Sheloran grinned. "You've been advising that since the chase started. I'm not listening now." She guided the skimmer inside. The door sealed behind her. Silence wrapped around the ship. Then the walls began to glow. Symbols lit up, reacting to her ship. Her heartbeat slammed in her chest. Something was alive down here, and it knew she had arrived. Sheloran's skimmer drifted into a giant underwater chamber. The walls pulsed with a soft golden light. Strange symbols glowed, crawling across the metal like they were alive. Her breath fogged the glass. "What is this place?" The AI scanned quickly. Organic metal fusion detected. Technology is Terran in origin. Estimated age, thousands of years. Sheloran's heart skipped. Terran? But humans haven't been here that long. The floor trembled beneath her. Slowly the water shifted. A golden eye larger than her entire ship snapped. Open. The Leviathan had woken. Pilot detected. A deep voice thundered inside her head. Terran command signature confirmed. Awaiting orders. Sheloran's mouth went dry. What? The AI beeped. "This is impossible. Leviathan-class war beasts were a cancelled project. No records of successful deployment. Sheloran stared at the beast. Its scales shimmered with metal armor. Massive cannons lined its back. It was part ship, part living monster, and it thought she was its commander. Engage? The Leviathan asked, its voice rumbling like a distant storm. Sheloran's grin returned. Why not? Let's engage. The Leviathan's systems linked to her skimmer. Maps, weapons, ancient battle codes, all unlocked at her fingertips. Far above, the enemy fleet scanned the trench. Still searching for her. The Leviathan roared, shaking the ocean. Sheloran laughed. Time to go back up and say hello. She had just stolen something far bigger than a skimmer. She had stolen a monster. The Leviathan surged toward the surface, tearing through the water like a living torpedo. Sheloran gripped the controls as ancient Terran battle systems flooded her screen. Maps, targets, weapons, all connected. All alive. The Leviathan's deep voice rumbled in her head. Terran command accepted. Standing by for sea clearing operations. Sheloran's eyes sparkled. Let's clear some seas. The skimmer docked inside the Leviathan's armored cradle, sealing her inside the beast's command core. Panels lit up. Energy pulsed through the walls. It was ready for war. The AI whispered, almost in shock. This is a lost Terran project, a sea-dominating bioweapon. Officially scrapped, but secretly hidden, Sheloran smirked. Looks like the Terrans love hiding monsters. Far above, the enemy fleet scanned the trench's edge, waiting for signs of her ship. They got more than they asked for. The ocean exploded as the Leviathan broke the surface, water raining down like a collapsing sky. Alien warships scrambled to respond, but it was too late. The Leviathan's dorsal cannons roared, slicing ships in half. The enemy commander screamed overcomes. What is that thing? Sheloran's voice cut in, cold and sharp. It's mine. Now. The Terran fleet, watching from a distance, quickly realized what she had awakened. Admiral Voss cursed. That wasn't supposed to happen. The Leviathan's systems glowed, unlocking more ancient weapons. Sheloran's smile widened. Let's see what else this thing can do. The oceans had a new ruler, and she was just getting started. The ocean boiled as Sheloran charged straight into the enemy fleet, riding the Leviathan like a living warship. Enemy fighters spun out of formation, panicking at the sight of the beast. Sheloran's voice echoed over the open comms. Surprise, I brought a friend. The Leviathan's dorsal cannons unleashed a storm of fire, ripping enemy ships apart. Sea Titans tried to block her path, but the Leviathan's jaws snapped them like toys. Its armor shimmered with Terran energy. Shields, each blow only fueling its rage. The enemy commander shouted, All forces destroy the beast. Sink it now. Torpedoes and missiles rained from the sky. Sheloran gripped the controls. Leviathan, can you take that? Damage acceptable, the beast rumbled. Sheloran dove under the waves, weaving between blasts, the Leviathan's tail smashing cruisers into scrap. The enemy fired everything they had, but the Leviathan kept coming. Suddenly, a new voice cut into the comms. Admiral Voss. Sheloran, stand down. That weapon belongs to the Terran Republic. Sheloran's eyes burned with defiance. You had your chance. It's mine now. Voss's tone hardened. If you won't surrender, we'll destroy you and the Leviathan. Terran warships shifted into attack positions, their guns locking on her. Sheloran's heartbeat thundered. Both sides, aliens and Terrans, now wanted her dead. She grinned. Let's see who pulls the trigger first. The Leviathan roared, sea waves crashing around them. The real war was just beginning. The Leviathan circled between the Terran warships and the alien fleet, its cannons glowing, its armor cracked but still holding. Everyone had their weapons aimed at Sheloran. Admiral Voss's voice was sharp. Last chance, Sheloran. Surrender the Leviathan or we'll destroy you. Sheloran leaned forward, her hands steady on the controls. You really think you can stop me before I pull the trigger? The Leviathan rumbled in her mind. Multiple fleets locked on. Battle outcome, mutual destruction. Perfect, Sheloran whispered. Let's make this interesting. She accessed the Leviathan's deepest command layer, a set of ancient override codes hidden by the Terrans. The Leviathan's core pulsed. Waiting. Admiral Voss went silent as the override screen flashed on his command deck. She found the master codes. His officer gasped. She has full control, Voss cursed. Sheloran, don't be stupid. You can't win this. Sheloran's voice cut across the channel. I don't need to win. I just need to scare everyone enough to let me walk away. Her thumb hovered over the Leviathan's core detonation switch. Fire on me, she dared, and I'll take everyone down with me. The alien commander hesitated. Voss hesitated. No one moved. The Leviathan whispered, Pilot, your plan is highly illogical. Sheloran grinned. Yeah, but it's working. Suddenly, the Leviathan systems flickered. The ancient machine was breaking down, its power surging out of control. Sheloran's wild gamble had bought her time, but now the monster beneath her was about to explode. The Leviathan shook beneath Sheloran as warning lights flooded the cockpit. Power surges ripped through its systems. Its ancient core was collapsing. Containment failure, the AI warned. Total meltdown imminent. The beast's voice rumbled in her head. Pilot, I am dying. Sheloran's smile faded, but her hand stayed firm on the controls. Then let's make this last ride count. Admiral Voss's voice screamed over the comms. Sheloran, eject now. The Leviathan's going to detonate. This isn't a game anymore. But Sheloran wasn't listening. She dove the dying Leviathan straight toward the gap between the Terran and alien fleets. Missiles and lasers chased her, but the Leviathan's armored plates held just long enough. The sea cracked open behind her as the beast roared one last time, splitting the waves like a storm. Pilot, the Leviathan whispered. It has been an honor. Sheloran's heart pounded. Same here. At the last second, she launched her skimmer from the Leviathan's back and vanished into the chaos. The Leviathan detonated, unleashing a blast so massive it hurled both fleets backward, shattering ships and sending tidal waves across the ocean. When the smoke cleared, Sheloran was gone. No wreckage. No signal. Admiral Voss stared at the empty sea. She did it. She really did it. Sheloran became a legend that day, the thief who stole a monster, challenged 2 empires, and disappeared. Like a ghost. Some say she died. Others believe she's still out there, grinning and chasing the next impossible ride.